I rode the $52,000 Harley CVO 120th Anniversary Edition, and here is what I think about it. Now, if you're new here, my name is Howard. Welcome to the Heckshot Rides channel, where I do videos just like this. I'll do comparisons between Harleys and Indians. I will do install comparisons between stock parts and aftermarket parts. Everything motorcycle related, all in one channel. So if you like what I do, consider subscribing and make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from me. Now, the 2023 Myrtle Beach Bike Week is in the books. And after going there, I went to North Myrtle Beach at Harley Davidson and took advantage of the demo truck that they have there. And since they had the $52,000 Harley Davidson, I took the opportunity to ride it. Now, for me to tell you everything that sucks and everything that's good about this bike, all in a 15-mile trip roughly and a 15-minute walk around, would be kind of asinine. But I will tell you pros and cons as I see it with my limited experience, tell you what I like, what I don't like, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get right into it. First of all, let me tell you, I am a sucker for the Harley Eagle, whether it's in the fairing, on the tank, or any of that. I saw two of my favorite bikes here at this rally as well. The 115th Anniversary Edition Street Glide with the matte blue finish, whatever they call that, with the Eagle in the fairing, and I believe on the saddlebag. And then the 2020 Eagle Eye with that lime green yellow-ish color with the Eagle on the fairing and the tank. Somebody bought that bike, by the way. And yes, I was drooling basically all over it. Now, this heirloom red fade also has an Eagle. Goes all the way from the fairing to the tank to the bags. It looks incredible. I think the only thing they need to add to all of these bikes that have the Eagle that's in the paint job is a button that you can hit that will give you a screeching bald eagle and plays the national anthem at the same time. To me, it just makes sense. But all in all, that is the first thing I noticed about this bike. It is absolutely stunning. That red or burgundy, you have, of course, the color matched inner fairing, and that red and burgundy comes back with some gold here and there, some red here and there, and it fades to a dark black in the rear. It honestly, dude, if you see it up close, it looks really, really good. Now, besides that, let's talk about all of the things that they throw into this bike that make it a CVO. All right, the CVO treatment includes basically every part out of the catalog thrown into this bike. You have the Kahuna collection, so your floorboards, your passenger floorboards, you have your heated grips, of course. You have your Rockford Fosgate Stage 1 sound systems. You have a tour pack that's color matched. This is the twin-cooled 117, and I promise you I'll talk more about the engine here in a little bit. You have your saddlebag guards and your engine guards, of course. You have a little bit different pipe setup. This isn't something that you're going to want to keep stock on the bike, but it is a little bit different, okay, for what that's worth. You have the CVO rear fender, of course. The CVO custom console. This was vehicle number 11, by the way, out of 1,500. You have the custom gauges in the dash. You have the buttons in the dash right there that you can press, lock and unlock your saddlebags, and you can do this from your key fob. On the inside of your tour pack and your saddlebags, you actually do have, they're already lined for you, okay? And then you also have some of the best seats, best Harley seats anyways, with the CVO badging. You have the rider backrest right there. All in all, man, the bike is, well, we'll get to it. You have the lower fairings. So again, the twin cooled, you have to have those. You have the upgraded intake. There's a ton of parts on these things, and I'm sure I'm missing something. And if I am, and you own one of these bikes or a CVO, let me know down below. But they essentially throw the entire package at these things, including the RDRS. So your hill hold control, you have your TPMS sensors, your cornering with ABS control, all of that good stuff. By the way, I want to say that I had one of the best experiences at a Harley Davidson dealer at North Myrtle Beach Harley, and honestly, South Myrtle Beach Harley too, where they actually have the vendors. It was a pretty awesome place, man. Probably the best Harley Davidson experience I've had to date. And then, of course, it kind of rides like a Road Glide. So let's talk about the way that it rides. You have a 28.2-inch seat height and 963 pounds in running order. So it is no lightweight by any stretch of the imagination. You have the taller windshield, and the first thing I noticed is, well, I couldn't flat foot the bike. Yeah, this little bit of extra inch though in the seat means I cannot flat foot this bike, but kind of to be expected on this one, honestly. It's a little bit too tall for me. The difference between this and the special versions, of course, you get a little bit extra length in the shocks, but this creates such a plush ride. And this is what I heard Mrs. Heckshot talk about the entire time, how comfortable she was on the back of this bike.
I like it.
How you feel back there? Yeah. It takes bumps super smooth. It really just is a super plush motorcycle. And if I were to buy something like this, I would have to lower that seat a little bit. You know, being able to flat foot a bike like this, I'm 5'7", by the way, so, you know, a little vertically challenged, but being able to flat foot a bike like this and, you know, back it up in the spaces, I mean, you have to be able to flat foot heavyweight cruisers, in my opinion, to, you know, whenever you're at least moving them or backing them into spots and stuff like that. It's not necessary when you're moving, but when you're not, you know, it's nice to be able to flat foot it or have a partner, a wife, significant other that can pull you back into spots too. Hey, that works as well. The other thing that I noticed about this bike is the engine. Man, this thing is smooth, dude. Holy crap, I'm still in 4th gear, by the way. Dude, I like this so much. This Twin Cool 117 is an absolute monster. Now, of course, I rode the 117 and the Lowrider ST that we did a review on here shortly on the channel, and the Lowrider S that I actually owned. But this one was a little bit different. So I felt a little bit more power from the 117 to the 114. It's really not significant at all. What I noticed is how smooth the bike actually is, how smooth that motor is. And it could just be the fact that it was the twin cooled, but this thing was top notch, man. All the way through the rev range, I felt like this bike just not only wanted to go, but it was just so freaking smooth. And that's the best word I can use to describe this. It was a smooth and very comfortable plush machine. And of course the seats helped as well. All in all, man, what an incredible motorcycle. But it does come with its flaws as I see it. Now, the chrome treatment, I would prefer blacked out. That's just my thing right there. And if I'm spending $52,000 on a bike, I want to be able to have that option. The other con, it's $52,000. You know, I know some people are going to scoff at that and call me a brokey. And you're right. You know, it just $52,000 is an exorbitant amount of money. I couldn't imagine it. If you own one of these bikes or you bought one of these bikes, you're still cool with me, man. You're on 2 wheels. I can appreciate that, dude. And if this is something you can afford, dude, go for it. It is an incredible bike. It's just, to me, it's a little bit too expensive. And the regular CVOs, when they're not the 120th anniversary edition, are already expensive enough as it is. You're talking about $43,000 or $42,000 for those. It's just a lot of money. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of cars that you can buy or even trucks for that kind of money. Listen, I'm not saying that I am disgusted and can't believe they would sell these things for that much money. Obviously, people are buying them. And let's just say I had, you know, freaking $1 million in the bank. Would I buy one of these? Yeah, probably. Especially to go on road trips, for sure. Because this thing is so incredibly smooth and comfortable. And that's what I walked away from. Besides the price and the little bit of cons that I talked about, this machine is incredible. I'd love to hear what your opinion is down below. If you own one of these especially, let me know. If you don't own one, I'd love to hear your opinion as well. Consider dropping me a like on the video. If you want to support what I do in the future, you can actually support me on Patreon, dude. We're looking for our first 10 patrons of this channel. I'll leave that link down below. Big thanks to you guys. See you in the next one. And as always, hold them down.